Well, hey, and welcome to another episode of Beetle Dustino coming at you again today with yet another video. It'll be a little collection update video on a good deal I got on udiscover and Sound of Vinyl Music. Really good $15 flash vinyl sale. So stay tuned after the intro for what I got. Yeah, on April 15th, I got an email from Sound of Vinyl and udiscover Music, which is basically the same thing. It's Universal Music's kind of vinyl outlets, I guess, or music outlets. udiscover, of course, you can get CDs and everything else at it. Sound of Vinyl is strictly vinyl, which is kind of weird, but I know it's the same people and everything. You can tell by the emails and all. And obviously, they're selling about the same stuff, so... But yeah, anyways, they had a little $15 flash sale for 24 hours on the 15th. I think probably because of tax day here in the United States. I saw in the email I got from them, they had a we're getting there, a John Lennon. Imagine I believe it was the clear 2-disc. It could have been the 40th or 50th anniversary white one too. I didn't look that hard at it because I got both of them, but I was like, wow, at $15, that's a pretty good deal. I'm like, let's go see what else I got. And especially with udiscover Music, because I'm right now set where I can get pretty much free shipping and everything no matter what I spend there. So I thought I'm gonna just pop over there and see what they got. Pretty good deal. And I had a few rewards points too. A lot of times they don't let you use the rewards points, so if you're getting a special like this, I was shocked it let me apply those. So I saved even more money. What I did see was some Elton John ones that were pretty interesting. As I was saying, John Lennon, Elton John, I kind of messed that up. But I got basically the set of these for about the price of what one of these would be normally. So the first one here is Elton John, his second album, his self-titled album, which came out originally on April 10th of 1970. And this version, this release, this swirl, I think that's what they call it, splatter colored vinyl, limited edition splatter colored vinyl. Really interesting package on this. This came out, and all of these came out, as I've got pretty much the set here that I think came out not long ago on November 15th of 2024. Really interesting package, and they've been doing some releases like this with his catalog. I know that there's Madman Across the Water with the propeller vinyl, and it came in the same clear package like this with the album cover on the disc label on side A, and then basically the album cover is here. Now the back is your standard back on it, pretty much, I guess, with what you would see on the normal vinyl. So it's kind of weird. It's a little kind of dumbed down in the presentation in a way, but it also very much emphasizes the cool colored vinyl, with the splatter and everything on there, and really kind of emphasizes that. However, isn't this the type of plastic that isn't good for your vinyl? Let me know. I'm a little nervous on that with these, and what do I do with them otherwise? And be very careful with these too if you do get them. I found the corners can get damaged, as you'll see on one of the copies here, very easily. These bend very easily because there's not as much cardboard, obviously. So, but let's take a look a little closer at these. They're all made in Germany, so that's always a good sign there with that. And then they do got just a little, I always got to find the little flapper here. Little flap opens up. And they got kind of this obi here. But let's look at the vinyl. So there is the record on this purple and kind of white one. And really kind of cool, like I said, side A gets the label looking a lot like the album cover, kind of a cropped in version of the album cover. And then the B side, I think this is just kind of a standardized label for this release. I don't think this was what the original label looked like. But I love these splatter vinyls like this because, and I kind of got a laugh out of that off of udiscover's website, and Sound of Vinyl, I'm sure, said it too. But they did make sure to say no two of these are going to look alike, which is what I love about splatter vinyl. I already knew that. That's what I love about it, is no two are going to look alike. And as Beetle Brad always says, it's the same on both sides. Well, not really. You get a little different on the other side there. This one's pretty similar, but it's by no means the same. But yeah, there's Elton John though on the purple vinyl. And as I drop the sleeve here, I just want to show you without not much there. I'll just show you quick kind of the rundown here. But really cool. These were normally about $40, so to get these for $15 each. And as I said, I pretty much got the set here. I think there's been 4 of these released in this set. So this is his next album up, which would be his 3rd album overall, Tumbleweed Connection. Originally, the album came out on October 30th of 1970. Again, this release was November 15th of 2024, this reissue. So this one's kind of on a green, kind of aqua splatter with the white again. There's the obi there. I'll show you this time this way here. And I think it does just say, yeah, limited edition splatter vinyl. It doesn't really give you a exact whatever the color is there. So you don't get a lot of information on the jacket here, which can be a little disappointing. Again, made in Germany. There's the back there. Let's take a little better look at the vinyl here with that cool kind of minty green, actually. And there's the B side with the label. So again, you got your album cover on the A side, and then I think this is just a label they made for this collection on the B side there, and just slightly different again on the front and the back, but very cool. And I also got Madman Across the Water. As I said, there was the propeller version of it. Well, there was also this version that came out in 2024. This was originally released on November 5th, 1971, his 4th album, and this version again, November 15th, 2024. So, pretty big set with all these coming out all at once. Show you kind of the obi here slowly. So you can see everything there with the track listing and the limited edition splatter vinyl. This one kind of on this light blue with the white. Really matches that denim look to the album cover here. And I suppose the Madman Across the Water, the blue for the water. And again, made in Germany. I forgot to kind of point that out there. They all are, but we'll show you. This one really got some nice color to it with the white. A good balance of the white with the blue there. So there's the A side with the album cover, and now the B side with just the standard label for this set here. So there we go. Really kind of cool. And as I was adding these to the cart, it kept suggesting another Elton John album, but wasn't on the sale and matching this set here. But that would be Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player, which would be his 6th album. So we skipped the 5th one and moved to this one. Originally, this album would have came out on January 22nd, 1973. Again, this version was November 15th of 2024, just last year. And this one I got through Sound of Vinyl. I was kind of surprised. I'd seen they had it going too, and I thought, well, I'm just going to go check, because this was normal price at udiscover Music. And why they do this, I don't understand. I suppose they want you to shop at both places, maybe. And I hopped over there, and sure enough, this was on their $15 sale for that day. And this was the only one I got at Sound of Vinyl. And I did have to pay a little shipping, but it wasn't bad, because I don't shop at Sound of Vinyl as much as I do at udiscover. And I did have a few rewards points, though, from the times I have shopped there, so I did knock it down a little. But overall, with what I spent on this, it was, not much more than getting, like $40 for one of these normally. And it was just a little over that $40 with the rewards points and everything and free shipping. But you can see that corner is a little damaged on this one. I was a little disappointed with that. But I don't know what to say on it. I don't know if I want to. The record's fine, everything. So I can probably live with that. And I almost feel like once I get this into with my other records in the collection, there's the Made in Germany and the back there. I'm not showing much on the spine because there really isn't a spine with these. I kind of feel like this will kind of bend out. But like I said, be very careful, because you don't have that second layer. This side does, I guess. You got your second layer, but it doesn't have the top part either where it folds over, because this is all wide open. So be very careful if you do get these, that they can bend very easily like that. And that box itself that it was shipped in was not damaged, so I think this happened in the warehouse where it was being stored. And as you can see, this one's really got a nice splatter to it. So let's take a look at the vinyl a little closer. This cool red and white. There you go. This would be great on a Christmas album. Looking at this, looks kind of Christmassy to me almost. A little like Santa Claus's suit there or something. Maybe splattered some milk on it, I suppose. I don't, or maybe the snow. But there we go. You got the record label or the standard album cover on the A side there, and then their little custom label they made for this set on this side. So really kind of cool. They had all 4 of these available. Like I said, you did have to kind of shop between the 2 different sites, but really kind of cool. Of course, they did skip Honky Chateau, his 5th album, but that was actually kind of the first one of these that had a splatter like this in this kind of packaging. Aside from the Tumbleweed, or Madman Across the Water, I'm sorry, had the propeller one, which was in this packaging, but not the splatter like this. But yeah, Honky Chateau, when its big packages came out for the anniversary in a year or 2 ago, that did have a splatter one like this, but I think it was a very limited pressing through a certain website there. So that one was a little hard to get, but I think that one was orange with the white. So it kind of is in this set, but it wasn't this set, I guess is how that's coming out there. Because I think those would have came out in 2022 or 2023, where these were just last year, 2024. So, but yeah, really kind of cool. I don't know if Elton's going to do some more kind of like this with his catalog. I suppose now I'm going to have to look and complete the collection. But I always thought I do my little record spinning shorts, and I thought these would look really cool in that. Plus, I just getting some more Elton John in my collection because I really love his music too, and just have not really got a lot of his albums. So this will be a good way to kind of add that in with a really fun colored vinyl here. So, and at that price, it was kind of hard to say no, and that was something that really kind of caught my eye with that, because I already had the John Lennon one that was in that sale. So I almost thought about getting a second one of it just to have it, but I was like, why do I need a second one? I already kind of got 2, because I got the clear one that came out with the Ultimate Collection, and then I got the white one that came out for the anniversary one a few years later. So really no sense to it. Yet another one. So, but yeah, I'm sorry I'm late getting this video out there, because I do only film like kind of on certain days, so you would have missed the sale any which way. Be looking for it next year, because I think they do little flash sales like this often, and maybe even in the next month or 2, maybe they'll do another one with another kind of theme like that. So be paying attention, sign up for your little email things from them, and be paying attention to those emails as they come in, because that's how I caught it. So, and most of their sales, that's how I catch what's going on there. So be on the lookout for that. But anyways, I'm going to get wrapping up. I'm going to put this away, though, before I get wrapping up. Yeah, so there we go. Now I got it away. So let's get fully wrapping up here. And before I do, though, once again, I want to thank all my subscribers, and thanks to any new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And do hit the notification bell so you know when I got new videos coming out. Also, please give the video a like. It really does help out the channel. And like I always say, if you stuck around to this point, you must like it. So please give it a like, and do leave a comment. I love having a discussion with everybody. Let me know your thoughts on this. Did you catch that flash sale on the 15th? Did you pick up anything on the flash sale? There were some good options there. I didn't want to go too nuts, so that's why I was like, okay, there's 4 different, as I found at the other site there. Elton John ones, I feel comfortable spending about, $60, but I don't want to go too nuts. But yeah, there was several good options there for $15. I was really kind of surprised what you could pick up at that cheap of a price. But hey, udiscover, keep watching them. They got some pretty good deals sometimes. So anyways, I'm going to get fully signing out, though. I'm Beetle Dustino, signing out.